Good morning, afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you are. Welcome to my May monthly recap video. I'm going to keep this really short if I can, but with trading, it kind of doesn't end up being that way. This is my May recap. Um, it's a tedious process to actually get this information, even though I have a Profitly here where I can input much of the information, and I've modified the this area from what Jack Kellogg and I think Kyle Williams use slightly. I've used a slight modification in that I got rid of some of the net, like it was down here: average net gain, net loss, net gain, net loss. I don't really think I need to know that so much, and I put in some information from Profitly, largest winner as percentage of gross profit, largest loser as percentage of gross profit. So if I made in the month 959, which was what I made in terms of profits before taking away the red days, um, the largest winner as a percentage of that number was a 16% win. Chunk of that was my largest winner, and 34% of this chunk was ENVB, my trade. When I put in the trade, the green trade, I just had to, I think it was SGMA, but the green trade ENVB comprised 34% of this figure, which was about 330 euros to be precise, dollars. So it just gives, the whole thing just gives me some information as to where I'm going right and where I'm going wrong. I had this updated, and I've had a lot of problems in the last week or so with saving data. I thought I lost my data, but I managed to retrieve it. But I'm still trying to get my head around the PC and OneDrive and saving the stuff. So when all the fees are taken into account, I'm actually on the month minus 284.5. So I'll be putting this information back in later. Like platform fee every month is worth $79, and there's borrow fees and there's commissions to add into that figure there. So let's just go into what I'm going to discuss. I have a summary of my months in Word, and I also will be going through some of the trades. So May 2023 review. The importance of reflection. I don't know where exactly I heard it, but as human beings, we have a tendency to be always on the go and chasing after things and trying to make the progress. But if you don't actually take time and put aside some time for review and reflection on actually what's actually going on with your behavior, with your life, with your trading, then you could end up like just churning your wheels and spinning your wheels and going around like a hamster on a hamster wheel, and just not really getting a full grasp of why you're making the mistakes that you're making. And if you don't kind of grasp that, you're going to continue to make the same mistakes. So I'm sure someone else has come up with this slogan: winners do different, but I thought of it the other day or a few weeks ago, and I've been kind of saying it to myself. It applies to anything in life, sport, anything like that. I'm playing football and stuff, so soccer, as you Americans would know it. So it applies to everything. You know, if you want to be a winner, come out on top, If you want to be the team that finishes top of the league or win the cup, something has to be a little bit different about your team or your behavior or whatever, your mentality, to get yourself ahead of the pack. And it's the same in trading. You need to somehow do things differently. If you're doing things the same as the 90 or 95% of people, then you're going to be ending up a loser. So you have to do different. And I suppose I could just add to that. Really, it just comes down to hard work. And actually, I might as well put this in. I heard this from Floyd Mayweather. He said it in a press conference one time, and I realized that, oh my god, that's actually his mantra: hard work, dedication, prayers, and belief. And the prayers actually came in handy during the week when I thought I had lost a lot of my data because I had been saving it on a USB stick, but I managed to retrieve it through the aid of an app called Disk Drill. I mean, so that could have really got me in a depressed state of mind. I mean, I hadn't lost all my data, but I had lost some data that would have cost me months to kind of catch up on, to update again. But I managed to retrieve it, so just grateful for that. And I think hard work, dedication, prayers, and belief. I mean, it was maybe this is where prayers comes in when you're actually really get a knock. It's like having a building, having built a building, like this is the data that I'd saved, and then having a fire come along and like burn a few rooms of the building, like it's a bit of a blow. So I was glad to actually get that information back, and it can be even more of a blow if you've already received a blow in life. I heard somewhere that if a person has more than three, or it could be three or more real big crises in their lives, um, they can have a complete like nervous breakdown. And like, let's say if something happened in quick succession, you lost a family member through like something horrific, then you went bankrupt in your company, that's two. And then the third thing was, I don't know, you got diagnosed with a terminal illness, or something, you know, dramatic. uh, three blows. I don't know if this is very scientific, but you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. Three big hits, and you might not ever be able to get back up from it. It's going to have a long-term impact. Now, I have to keep everything in perspective. This is just trading. I have a small account, but at the same time, it is my life, and I don't want to just pour years of hard work down the drain. So you have to take this seriously, like, or you're just fooling yourself. So anyway, more things that I've jotted down here. Tighter stops to make for a less volatile P&L curve. Market wizards. That's where I got that. Makes sense. Sideways better than backwards. Jack Kellogg. That's where I got that. Don't get cold when trades are running cold. Mark. You have to plug the information from the best traders out there. That's also Mark Minervini. I need to start applying that more. I have been doing it on and off, but not enough. Back up your data. That's actually Mark Minervini again. And me. I'm now saying that as well. I'm going to claim that. The irony of ironies. Let me see what I typed this in earlier. So let's see. The irony of ironies: making a little progress each month on a small account is not good enough because fees are counteracting and putting me into a negative. Okay, that actually results in me not being patient with the process. So I end up giving into frustrations and forcing matters. I spoke about that, I think, in one of my previous videos. Solution: ignore the P&L, focus on trading well. So this is just something that comes after experience. I mean, in the beginning, everyone just wants the money. I mean, you just want the quick, fast money. You get overexcited, your emotions start coming into play, and your emotions start causing you to make stupid decisions and not respect risk management. Over time, you will hit some big winners to take your equity into a safe zone. Yeah, so you got to be patient and just trust that over time that will happen. You cannot size up and force things when you're not comfortable, when opportunities are limited in a colder market environment where big opportunities are more scarce. That's the market that we're in at the moment. The goal is therefore survival. This is actually Mark Minervini as well. He said this in a tweet the other day, and keep enough capital when times improving your knowledge and experience. That's pretty much me just putting things together in my own mind, but that's what all the top traders is telling us. Big losses are the enemy. This was, I think, Sykes kind of pretty much said that recently. There should be no excuses for any daily loss. Right, this is me, obviously, based on my own personal situation. If you have a bigger account, I mean, that could be, I don't know, 500, but for my situation at the moment, it's 50. If it goes above this, I'm not in the right frame of mind. Yeah, like if I have a loss over 50, then um, if I keep trading on the day, it can be dangerous because it could end up being um, a big daily loss, like something crazy. So I need to respect this figure. If I get to this figure, I have to get away from the trading. I think I can do it now. I think I have a little um, built up a little bit of self control, enough self control now to actually do the right thing more often than not. So this is the problem that I've had in May. Days over $50 loss, 4 in May, and days over $100 loss were 3 in the month of May. So this is not good enough, and not good enough going forward. So especially this day, and obviously this day, it's just not acceptable. It's not. It's just not going to cut it with a bigger account, or sorry, with a small account that I have. Um, so there's not more to say on that. It's just can't let that continue to happen. Review of the big losses. So yeah, I was going to go through them on the video. I pulled it together since May 18th, to be fair to myself, and strung some good days together. This day I should have taken home maybe 70 to 100, but I got greedy on AI and I let it come back on me. So even though I had kind of said to myself, I need to keep taking singles. So June is going to be all about singles. Sometimes when you make a decision and to try and change a habit and do something different, you will fail like in the beginning. So you just got to persist and keep the goal in mind. So I'm just going to call this June singles. All right. So no home run, no going for big ones, unless I've got a really big conviction on something. Otherwise, I am capable of taking singles. I can identify situations where I can take a quick move. So I should just take that quick, predictable move and move on. Like Tim Grittani says, that's what he does in a lot of his trades. Take the quick, predictable move and move on. Okay, what I changed since May 18th. More careful calculation of size risk reward, careful position sizing. I avoided guessing games on volatile names, mostly for the most part, apart from AI. I kind of was a bit guessy there on the 30th of May. I focused on higher price stickers, AI, CVM, which have plenty of liquidity and cleaner action. Yeah, I got burnt on a couple of trades, but it was really my own doing. ENVB and MBOT, which I'm actually bag holding a $300 position on it, and it's down about 40% now. So I'm just going to end up bag holding that until it hopefully comes back. But I don't really. Nobody should ever be a bag holder. Don't bag hold. I'm just relieved that it was a small position on that $300. Now this is something that Kyle Williams spoke about. That helped him manage his emotions when he's trading, and this is what I'm going to be doing going forward. If you work for a prop firm, they're going to review you, and so it's like a teacher-student situation. So I'm like going to look at myself, and I actually find this actually a little bit more. I don't know if entertaining is the right word, but more just keeps me more a bit tuned into the whole process. It's like, okay, imagine myself as third person. Just how would I judge the thing impartially, and what's the word? Uh, Objectively, I think. So this is how I would kind of explain it if I was a teacher, or if I was in a brokerage, or not a brokerage firm, a prop firm, I mean to say. Um, Corn finished with a net 169, blah, blah, but total of that after fees, which if repeated will allow him approximately 1.45 more months before blowout. So that just generally brings the stark reality of, if I was to have a similar month next month, it wouldn't be too long before my account is below 500 bucks, and it's just a waste of time then. There were 4 notable red days where he accumulated a total of 753.38. So we saw that earlier in my daily calendar of profit and loss. Cormac was also back holding a $300 position of MBOT, which is currently at 42% on. So there you go. So if you take that from that, that's definitely a break even month, but I haven't taken the loss on this yet. I'm just going to forget about that for the moment. The weekend, this you managed to get a net profit of that. That's good. And finally, we added that before fees, which was a strong finish to the month. Action areas for June: eliminate the large red days greater than $50, or suggested $30 to $40 to allow for slippage and fees. Select only setups as defined by his playbook. So I did fall into a little bit of not going for my playbook setups near the end of the month, chasing weakness and so on. Account value as of June 23rd reads 735, fees included. So that's where I'm at with all the fees. Red flags rose around the following: days over $50 loss, 4 in May, as discussed previously, and then it's the review of the big losses. And let's go into some losses, some trades. We'll just go through some winners and losers. I have it here. Alright, so this is, sorry for all the color here. This is just, I'm highlighting the trades that I'm going to discuss. The winners are green, and the orange are the losers. I'm just going through the bigger winners, generally speaking, and the bigger losers. So SGMA was a short, 6.23 gain. So here, why is it not coming up? Oh, sorry, it's over on my other screen. So I'll just drag it over. Okay, let me just check my computer. Yeah, okay. So SGMA was first green day, listed day one short, and opened, ran. I got short here after it topped out, pulled back to VWAP. I think this is just too early of an entry. I have sized in too fast here. 300 shares, 355. It actually ended up getting a winner on it, but added here at 389. But you can see this thing runs into the fours. So I was underwater for a period, but I'm not sure what my risk was on that, to be honest. And I added 200 as it started to look like it was finished. But look, it does pop back up here to 390, so I've just got to be wary of not sizing in too big too fast on these. And then I covered here, and then after I was here, I covered the rest. So that was $161 profit on listed day one short. Quick look at pattern performance actually. These are my patterns. OTCs have been very quiet, so if it's been listed, I've been focusing on. So listed day ones overall in May, I took 6 listed day ones, and I'm down. And I'm down on, these were undefined trades where I wasn't following my process. And then my better ones are breakout so far. Small here, small green on scalps, and down a bit on pre-market trading or after hours, and trend change green on one trade. So let's get back to my trades. Then we had NNOX. I think it was, sorry, NNOX long, 62 loss. Okay, and this was a long. No, this was the short one. Sorry, that's the wrong NNOX. Let's see if I can get the right one. Whoops, I deleted that by accident today. Damn it, shouldn't have done that. And this was, alright, I'm confused. I don't think I have that one saved down here. It's a different one. So TRVN short minus 88, and don't have that either. CVNA short minus 52. Right, that was on May the, what am I saying, March? That should be May. This was a short. Oh yeah, that was an accidental short where I was swinging it overnight. That was scary. I don't have that saved, I don't think. CVNA long on the May 9th. Here we go. Okay. I like this one. Slightly higher priced, a little bit more easy to kind of manage risk, I think, on the higher priced ones. And I had a green day, and then sorry, red day, first day one, then this green day, and then this day where it was continuing. So I started here where I was only start size, so I was luckily able to add into this dip down here and took off into that. So that was this day here, and that was called, what's the setup? Did I call it a breakout? CVNA on the, no, sorry, May 9th, I think it was probably a breakout. Yeah, 68, is that right? Yeah, they call it a breakout. Could have also called it a morning spike or dip buy play, but it is what it is. That's fine, doesn't matter. Alright, my brain's getting pretty tired. I've been active today in the gym, and my focus is waning a bit. Next up, CVNA long. It's May 10th. Then the next day, yeah, I traded it again. Here we go. Wednesday, May 10th. This is this day again. This day here. And yeah, I mean that prior day it closed weak, but then it was looking good pre-market here, I guess, and so I got involved here and added a few, and then took off here. I think I might have added there, which I do not like adding there. I don't like that. I should not have done that. And held it anyway. It's, well, obviously it mustn't have been big size, and took off here. Then I'm thinking I'm probably adding again here, which again I don't like that. I should be thinking more short bias at this point into pops. If I was going to trade it, and what kind of move would I call it is another question. 11 to 13, 50, potentially you could call it a parabolic, but it's not really that parabolic. So, but there are options. A bounce short maybe, but in any case, I finished green on it. All are long entries, so they're all long entries. All right, so that's that one. Minus 72 on NNOX May 12th. Let's see, is that it? No, May 22nd, sorry. Don't have saved, sorry. Then we'll go ENVB. Hooray. This was just craziness. Right. If you're going to take out from this video is the following. I have Instagram page called, which is set up recently, called Simply Stock Trading. It's pretty much self-explanatory there. Now the ENVB trade is here, and I put in the big spiel about the whole thing. The news sparked a lot of interest in volume. So it's day one. This is the daily chart. It's a low float, and it was high volume, a lot of volume on it. I think that's over 118 million traded on like I don't know, 2 million float stock. So I'm just explaining how risky these are. You've got to kind of know the math here in what you're doing before you take positions. My story was I shorted the stock. I had a nap, woke up from a nap, and shorted the stock here because it had come down. I was like, all right, could be weak, but I've got to know the time of day. A lot of the time, shorts get involved way too early on these, way too early, and they end up just holding the stock up and just holds up all day, and they get like squeeze outs happen, and here's me messing with it later, shorting, and it's just very volatile. And I also think I was sizing too big on it, which means I was stopping out a lot. I wasn't comfortable. Then got sucked into this weakness here, which is naive. It's just naive. And then added here, which is doubly naive. And then held, which is triply naive. I think I added here again, and then my broker stopped me out near the close. Can you believe that? So it was just madness, guys. I will not short low float high volume tickers up on news. Alright, also I have the trading secret, which I'm going to reveal at this time, and that is the ultimate trading secret. If you're here and you want to know what makes a trader a winner, and why most don't win, is that winners don't take big losses. They stop taking big losses for the large part. So that's all I gotta say. That's the secret to trading. Stop taking big losses. If you can stop taking big losses, then you will be a successful trader, because eventually you figure out how to get your wins. But you have to have a lot of patience, and you have the willingness to take those losses, because you could be wrong 50% of the time or more, and you have to be okay with losing so many times. And if you lose 3 trades in a row, you know, the 4th time you might be just like, oh my god, this has to be a winner, but it could be just another loser. So you have to be able to just deal with that and take that loss again. But most people aren't really able to do that. But I'm learning how to do that, and I'll keep the faith and take my singles in June. I hope you got something from it, and wish you best of luck with the months. And I am hoping and promising, with my fingers crossed, that you are not going to see in my next review any red days over $50, and certainly no red days above like 80 or 100. And you're definitely not going to see anything like that. All right, so have a nice morning, evening, afternoon, and good night. Take it easy, my homies.